The Moonshadow Mystery channel claims no ownership or right of any of the intellectual properties discussed during these review segments. These segments are intended for the purposes of entertainment, under the guidelines of the Fair Use Act. Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, and Dragon Ball Super, as well as their affiliated characters and media, are the creative, intellectual, and licensed properties of Toei Animation Studios Japan, Shonen Jump, V-Jump, and Viz Media. Please support the official releases. Moonshadow Mystery the Changeling is the creative intellectual property of Darren Self, better known as Moonshadow Mystery the Changeling. If you have any desire to create fan art of this character, please accredit the original creator in the description. And if possible, provide a link to the DeviantArt page or to this channel, which will be available in the description of the video. And now, on to our program. Hey everyone, sorry for that little bit of formality. Again, I'm still trying to get my other stuff situated. I thank you for having the patience to deal with that little bit of monologue. But because of a lot of things that have happened over the last couple of years here on YouTube, with the Fair Use Act thing being brought up, a lot of copyright claims being made, I'm not taking chances if I remember to do that. I know I still on occasion forget to, but I'm sure as a lot of you have noticed, I still try to remember to do it. So anyway, as always, I am of course your host, Moonshadow Mystery the Changeling, and welcome to the Moonshadow Mystery channel. Now, if you read the description, you know what we're going to be talking about already. However, if you clicked it just because you're one of my subscribers and this video popped up, well, today I'm going to be doing my first thoughts on, of course, the latest installment of Dragon Ball Super. Today's episode 63. And gosh darn it, do not disgrace the Saiyan cells. The curtain of Vegeta's fierce battle rises. For those who are fans of the original Dragon Ball saga, I'm sure you might appreciate my attempting to imitate the narrator from the old school Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. I'm pretty sure they'll reprise that individual for continuing with this. But yes, for those who have been, like me, have been a little bit annoyed with, considering we're in the Black Saga, and we're dealing with a lot of, supposed to be dealing with a lot of action we anticipated we would be, and getting a little bit annoyed with, half the episode consisting of action, either the first half with a lot of monologue the last, or vice versa. Yes, today we get tons of action. Now, the episode starts off with just a very brief visual recap of the events of the last episode. And we end up seeing Trunks getting KO'd by Black, and then waking up in the Resistance's underground hideout, where where first he thinks he's seeing Mai, only for it to be Yajirobe. Now, that is not a face you want to see when you wake up, especially when you're just been having dreams of the love of your life. I'm sure that was a nightmare. But as it turns out, Mai, fearing that it's her and the Resistance who've been putting Trunks in all this danger, actually attempts with two other members of the Resistance to track down the hideout of Zamos and Black. And it's just easier to keep calling him Black as opposed to, Zamos saying Zamos being, that's... But she tries to take responsibility with a sniper rifle and a specially designed energy bullet created by Bulma future Bulma before her death at the hands of Black to try and kill Black. It fails. However, it comes within a hair's reach of shattering, well, not really shattering, but damaging the Kai earring on his left earlobe, which is pretty impressive. The fact that she hit him from that distance and knocked him out of his seat was amazing. I mean, this is a little bit of the original Mai showing up. And again, for those who have not seen the original Dragon Ball, which I'm sure there are quite a few who haven't, because we're not just all, old school fans who've been watching since the very beginning. Some of you are new. And have probably only been watching since GT or at least Dragon Ball Z Kai. If you came into Kai during I believe the 4Kids run, I apologize for what you had to endure, because that was a horrible version of Kai. The Kai that we see on Adult Swim thankfully got back to the roots. But if you did come in with Kai under the 4Kids run, I sincerely apologize, because they ruined a lot of stuff. But anyways, again, for those who've seen some of my previous videos, Mai is from Dragon Ball. She was part of the original trio of villains who sought after the Dragon Balls due to the Emperor Pilaf arc. Of course, Pilaf, Mai, and Shu have been returned to kids, thanks to A Wish with the Dragon, which we never see because it takes place off screen. Not going to complain, who wants to follow those three around all the time? But anyway, the original Mai, she was a top-notch enforcer. She was skilled in martial arts. She was skilled in many types of military warfare, capable of piloting planes, submersibles, and all kinds of other machines and vehicles. She was pretty intense. Despite the fact that she was played off pretty, laughable and kind of, you toss her out the window and you wouldn't miss a thing. But I'm glad we're getting to see a little bit of the old Mai and the new Mai. She's taking the stuff she learned from back then and employing it as a good guy, and I like this. Because this isn't a transition that happened overnight. No, this is a transition that has happened over the course of 30 plus years, canonically. Which is perhaps the longest redemption arc we have ever seen in a character. Like, seriously, forget Vegeta, forget Piccolo, Mai had... Okay, no, don't forget Piccolo, because technically this is the second Piccolo who still has a lot of the memories of the original Piccolo, aka Demon King Piccolo, and that was hundreds of years, so, it's second longest. Just to be technically accurate. But yeah, this episode starts off pretty strong. Trunks shows up, saves Mai, beats the snot out of Black, but in an attempt to try and disintegrate Zamos down to his cells, ends up getting stabbed. Thankfully, Goku and Vegeta left the Senzu beans for them last time, so he ends up being healed pretty quickly. Going back to Goku and Vegeta, we see them show up pretty fast. They cut the middleman out by having them leaving at the end of the last episode. But we get to see some pretty intense moments. Now, Black and Zamos are smarter than a lot of villains in anime and cartoons in general. As soon as they show up and get out of the ship, they blast the time machine. They want to make sure that they cannot get back home, that they can't flee and run away. This is very smart. This is a nice bit of foresight. I'm not saying I approve. I'm just saying it's nice to see some villains who actually use their heads. Now, before any real fighting begins, we do see the Supreme Kai. And that's all I really know to call him by, is Supreme Kai, as well as, I believe, not Getsu, Gawas, Zamos' leader. Not his leader, his former teacher. They show up to try and get Zamos to change his mind. Now the whole, I'm your teacher, I've known you so long, I believe you can change things, a little cliche. Naturally, it doesn't work. As a matter of fact, they try to kill him again, which would have been the third time he had died, bearing in mind. Technically the second time for this specific one, but due to wibbly wobbly timey-wimey stuff, he didn't. It's weird, confusing, not getting into it. Maybe in the future, but not right now. Anyways, stuff doesn't go wrong, and Vegeta, who has spent so long in the time machine, not the time machine, in the time chamber, prior to them leaving to go to the future, he gained so much power in there that he actually destroyed it from inside. That is important, because before, when that happened, they got stuck. Like, they were stuck in that time dimension. He destroyed it with enough pure raw ki energy that he was left in a crater, in the Guardian space, with Dende and Popo looking down at him like, what the heck just happened here? But yeah, Goku takes on Zamos, while Vegeta takes on Goku. Well, Black. And he utterly pwns him. Like, seriously, we get to see the fact that even though Zamos in Goku's body may have a lot of the Saiyan's attributes and powers, he does not have their fighting capability. He doesn't understand it. Goku, despite having amnesia and having no real knowledge or understanding of his history, of his species, he is a natural-born fighter, so he understands this. His body is honed from years and years of constant fighting, constant training, constant physical torture, to the point that his whole body ought to pretty much be a callus at this point. As disgusting as that concept is. For those who are, like me, fans of the Fallout franchise, I'm sure you can pretty much picture what that might look like. It is gross. It is absurd. But you get the point. But we see that Vegeta, in just standard Super Saiyan Blue, beating the snot out of Black. And for the first time in a long time, we get to hear openly Vegeta praising Goku about the fact that he is a true Saiyan. But we actually, for the first time since, Battle of the Gods, see Vegeta superior to Goku. Like, in every way, shape, and form. During the time while they were getting the fuel to come back to the future, Goku was learning the Mufabo in order to trap these guys in the urns. And I apologize for not giving the spoiler warning at the start. I am excited about this. This was a great episode to me personally. But unfortunately, it was all for naught. Because unfortunately, when Black and Zamos blew up the time machine, Goku, like an idiot, apparently had the urn for the technique sitting in the time machine instead of holding it. Yeah. This does not stretch my suspension of disbelief in the slightest. I know this and accept this as being a potential one of Goku's many character flaws. After all, the first time they went, he forgot the Senzu beans entirely. It's a fragile thing. It's covered in talismans that he doesn't have the ability to recreate himself. You'd think he'd take better care of it. Or at the very least, you'd think that Bulma and her wisdom would have had something special for it to be in, like in one of the court capsules that she brought. Because yes, she had the wisdom to foresee that the time machine may get damaged, and she actually brought a number of capsules to give her garage, her tools, etc. to fix it. But assuming Goku, for once, that Goku was actually going to be responsible, considering he actually took the initiative to go all the way to Roshi to learn this technique, she had a little too much faith that he would be responsible. That's what it comes down to. I'm not saying it's not interesting, I'm not saying it's not entertaining, but... Oh, Goku. Why? Priorities, Goku. Priorities. Ugh. Anywho, we do get a very enjoyable little bit of fighting. And we actually get to see that when Zamos and Black try to kill Supreme Kai and G, just going to call him G. I know that's what his name starts with. I'm just going to call him G. Is it technically racist because his skin's a yellow-green color? Even though his name does in fact start with a G? Might get a little bit of flack from that later. Anyway, Goku and Vegeta step in to protect them, and when they refuse to go back home to keep themselves safe, Vegeta just basically strips says, yeah, I'm not protecting you next time. But yeah, again, I don't know what's going to happen in the next episode. I avoided the spoilers for the next episode at the end. The one thing I do know, and it's pretty stupid. Well, it ain't really stupid. I'm just not sure how it's going to work. I do know that that apparently in the next episode, episode 64, spoilers ahead, even though it's a minor one, that Black and Zamos are going to fuse together. Now, I didn't openly say this in any of my previous videos, but I suspected this would happen. And I kind of thought that they were going to maybe encourage it to happen due to the fact that, you know, if we already know for a fact that as long as Black has the ring on, he's anchored. If that ring disappears, he's gone. Poof. Like, his existence is nullified. And I think we can safely assume that anyone he's fused with, the same thing will happen to them if it gets removed for any reason. Now, I don't know if they're the only ones who can remove it, or if maybe Trunks is going to use his sword and cut the finger off. Kind of half hope that's what happens, just because, you know, Trunks has actually been doing pretty well. But we do leave off with the anticipation of more combat in the next episode. Pardon me for that. But yes, I believe this is a good episode. I mean, this is better than the last two of them. It does have some monologue, a little bit of telling as opposed to showing, not telling. But it does do the showing, don't telling really well. The monologue is not excessive. It's about right. Animation, really smooth, really well done. Although I continue to have issues with people getting stabbed, and then when they heal, their clothes heal. Maybe that's just me nitpicking, or maybe it was just an oversight by the animator. It's been a little more of a problem in this series so far as opposed to previous ones. But again, it might have just been an oversight. Or maybe because the stabbing was done by pure ki energy, maybe it doesn't do it. I don't know. There's a lot of weird things here. Because theoretically, you can use ki energy to... And this was used by, I believe it was Guillermo... the Kill Bill guy. I don't think it's Guillermo del Toro. I think it's, I can't remember the guy's name. I could probably look it up. I have the DVD. I could probably look it up. But even that kind of theorized that if you have the right kind of, you know, control of your ki, you can basically destroy internal organs without damaging the outside. I think that might be the visual they're going for. I don't know. I do know I've seen Black shove his hand physically through people, and yet their clothes be perfectly fine after a senzu bean. I may be nitpicking, but it bothers me. But anyway, that was episode 63 of Dragon Ball Super. Again, I apologize for not doing the spoiler warning thing like I usually do. A little bit excited about this episode again, and really anticipating next week's episode 64. But what do you guys think? Was this video insightful in any way? Was this video entertaining in any way? Leave some comments down below. Do you agree with any of my criticisms or any of my getting a little bit of tongue tied today, or any of my objectivity to this If you disagree, feel free to leave your comments down below. I like some creative discussions, some intellectual discussions. Again, we're just a week away from All Hallows Eve, and I do have a couple ideas of things I want to do as a special holiday episode. But what do you guys want to see? Is there anything that any of you would like to see me do, to see me discuss, see me react to, see me review, just anything for my Halloween special? If you do, please leave it in the comment section down below, or alternatively, and I know I've been doing this every episode, I'm going to continue to do it until I have my format figured out better. You can message me on Facebook, chat me up on Skype. You can actually leave messages to me on DeviantArt if you do it right. There is a way of doing it. I'm not sure how to explain it. You can follow me on Twitter, or even do a direct message to me on Twitter. Or you can email me directly at the Gmail associated with this account. And again, for anyone who happens to have a Second Life account who wants to get in touch with me over there, feel free to look me up in Second Life. Again, my display name is Moonshadow Mystery. My avatar name is darkryu.burner. That's capital D-A-R-K, capital R-Y-U, all together. And then burner. So it's like first name, surname. You know, easy way to think about it. Again, those who take the time to message me on Facebook, Skype, email, I'll attempt to send you audio recordings that I've made as a special thanks for making suggestions, getting in touch with me. Again, Cam Barrage, who has made recommendations for a couple of my videos. He's a good example. He's made some pretty good ideas. He's actually made a suggestion to me to do my top 5 most and least favorite episodes of MLP. I don't know if I'm going to do just of MLP in general, or if I'm going to go through each season and then do a video altogether. Maybe a video for each season, saying what I liked about it, what I didn't like about them, etc. But again, if you have suggestions, please leave them down below. Again, if you liked the video, please click the like button. If you disliked it, please feel free to click the dislike button. You know, you are welcome to your opinion, and I do welcome you to show it. If you want to see more videos like this one, please click the subscribe button. Or alternatively, if you're not sure if you're ready to subscribe yet, again, click my name down above the video description and check out some of the other content I've made. Again, I've got other Dragon Ball Super reviews. I've got at least one of Steven Universe, My Little Pony, and Equestria Girls. And I've also got some covers of some songs that I've done, including, you know, a Robin impersonation videos. Robin Williams with Friend Like Me, one where I attempt to duplicate John Delancey's Discord in the song Glass of Water from My Little Pony Season 4, and even one where I attempt a cover of just an old country song. So again, there's a lot of different things I do, and a lot of different things I'm willing to do and willing to try. So feel free to leave some suggestions. Again, this has been Moonshadow Mystery the Changeling. Thank you very much for tuning in. And again, this is October 23rd, 2016 as of the time of this recording. So, a week from tomorrow, as of the day of this recording, will be Halloween. So I hope everybody will leave some suggestions for that special holiday video. Again, don't go changing for anyone but yourselves. And please have a safe, and depending on where you're at, warm or cool rest of your day. Thank you, everyone. Take care. See you next time.